Hey you guys, I'm excited for the next character, which is Sailor Mars. So for this character you will need some flesh colored clay and white for the torso as always. For the skirt I used plain Indian red. This one's the number 24. And for the bow, this one, I used this plum color. I would just call it purple, but that's fine. What else? For her hair you're going to need black clay, which is the number 9, I think. And I think that's it for the clay colors. So she has very few colors. So the tools you're going to need are some blades. And for texturing you will need some dotting tools. You can also use a toothpick, but I like using this larger end for making indents for the eyes, and the semi-pointed tool for making texture. And also this smaller dotting tool comes in handy. Then you will need a needle tool if you want to turn her into a charm using a head pin, so that you will also need a head pin if you want to do that. You can also use an eye screw, but I just think that head pins are more secure. You might need a silicone brush, but a toothpick is fine. So you will need some acrylic paints if you want to paint on the eyes, otherwise you can also use clay, but I'm not good at making eyes out of clay. So I'm just using acrylic paints and this really thin waterproof pen. And yeah, I think that was it. If I forgot to mention anything, you will notice throughout the video, and then you'll just get whatever else you need to make this chibi. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. For the head you want to start out with a conditioned ball of flesh colored clay and then make an indent for the forehead using one of your tools, and also 2 indents down the sides to form a nose. Then use your fingers to smooth everything out. Remember, a little goes a long way. You can also pinch the clay to make the nose more prominent. Then take a larger dotting tool and make 2 indents for the eyes. I decided to go with oval eye sockets because that's what the chibis look like on my pictures. Then take your needle tool and twisting and pushing at the same time drive through the head. So for the body there's like 2 different ways to make it. You can either just use white because the neck of my chibis is not really visible, or you can use the technique that I also used for the Shingeki no Kyojin chibis, which is making the body from 2 different colors. So here is a ball of flesh clay and a ball of white clay, and then just roll it between your palms to make teardrop shapes. Make sure that the teardrop shapes are small enough for the body, and then cut each of them in half. Take the bottom half of the white ball and the top part of the flesh colored clay, stick them on top of each other, and make the 2 colors bond. As I said, on my chibis the neck is not really visible, so I'm going to go with a plain white body. For the legs, roll out 2 snakes. One in flesh and one in red. Then cut them to the desired lengths. Roll them up into balls and then stick 2 balls on top of each other. Roll them out, press them together again, roll them out, press them together again until the 2 colors are bonded. Make the other leg and then cut them off at an angle. This way you can attach them more easily to the body. Then attach them, slightly pinch them. Also pinch the boots. And then hold your body at the sides and twisting and pushing at the same time, poke a hole through it, put your head pin in, and then put the 2 legs together. Bake the head and the body. And then get out a sheet of clay, this is the setting 7 on a pasta machine, to make the skirt. Pre-flatten it a little bit in your hands until after you made all the ruffles. And then place it on your work surface to further roll it out. Cut up any excess clay and then scrape off the skirt of the work surface using your blade, otherwise you might rip it to pieces. Apply it onto the body that you just made and that you just baked and make everything look neat. Again, cut off any excess clay. Then get out 2 white triangles, one for the front and one for the back. Smooth them onto the body. Make the seam look neat with a strip of white clay. Then prepare the arms. For that, get out a thin strip of red clay and make 2 indents with the dull end of your blade. Then wrap that around the arms to make the little cuffs that they have. Pinch the white part of the arm to give her some cute hands, and then attach the arms to the body. Then get out a triangle that you cut to the center and wrap it around your head pin like so to make the collar. Now we're ready to make the bow. So get out a strip of clay and prepare it like so. Pinch roll a small ball between 2 fingers, make an indent with the dull end of your blade, and then press that flat to get a little heart. Then take the elongated triangles and apply those first. These are the ribbons that dangle down beneath the ribbon. Then just place the bow on top of that and slightly push it down to attach the 2 colors. Don't forget to make the bow in the back. Bake the 2 pieces again and then make the hair. For that, get out a thin sheet of black clay, wrap it around the head, cut up any excess clay and smooth everything out. For the ears, get out 2 tiny balls of flesh colored clay, bond them to the head, and then make 2 indents with one of your dotting tools. Connect those 2 with a line and reshape the ear a little bit. Then sketch out Sailor Mars bangs on another sheet of clay, texture that and apply it to the head. Smooth everything out using your tools. I used a blending brush for that, but a toothpick works fine too. For the rest of her hair, you want to get out another sheet of clay and measure the height that you need, cut it out, texture it, and then align the sides of the hair that you just made with the ears. And again, pinch off any excess clay. That way you are creating a part and you cover everything up nicely. Again, smooth everything out. If you lose any of the texture that you made for the hair during that process, reapply it. Then shape the hair a little bit and bake the chibi for one last time. After the chibi has cooled, you can go ahead and paint on the eyes. Wait in between coats for everything to dry, otherwise you're gonna mess up. So here is the finished character. Don't forget to glaze her after the paint has completely dried. I also added some chain to turn her into a necklace. If you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and comment and subscribe. Sharing would also be much appreciated. What other characters would you like me to make? Comment it down below or write me an email at kawaiipassionpw@gmail.com. I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye!